Hello friends, welcome back to my channel Creative. In this channel Creative, I am teaching the subject machine drawing, and in this subject we have started already the unit number 2, study of machine element. So in this study of machine elements already we have seen about the introduction, then study of simple machine elements. In this already we have seen the screwed fastener, then we have seen the shaft coupling, then we have seen the pipe joint, then we have seen the riveted joint, then we have seen the welded joint. Today we are going to see the bearings. Okay friends, so today we are going to see about the bearings. So what is the use of bearing? So mostly we are using the bearings in between the two rotating parts. Okay, so when rotating parts are going to get in contact in between these, there will be takes a friction. There will be created thermal or heat generation will takes place in between these. Due to this heat generation, due to this whatever the wearness, what will happen, the parts get wear out and these parts can be required to change early. So for this purpose we have found, or in earlier in industry have found the solution as bearings. Okay, so we are using the bearings in between these two mating parts or in between these two rotating parts. So because of this using of bearing, there will not be contact in between these two parts directly. Okay, and because of this what will happen, there will not be takes place a wear out. Okay, and because of this we does not require to change the parts as early. We require to change this part after some days. Okay, so because of the bearing, the life of the part is going to increase. Okay, so that's why we are using the bearing. So now generally a bearing is a machine element that constrains a relative motion to only the desired motion and reduces friction between the moving parts. The design of the bearings may, for example, provide for free linear movement of the moving part or free rotation around a fixed axis. The term bearing is derived from the verb to bear, a bearing being a machine element that allows one part to bear another. It means that bearing one part to another part. Okay, so that is the word that bearing actually meaning. The classification of bearing. Now we are going to classify the bearing. Bearings are classified broadly according to first the type of operation and second the motions allowed or to the direction of the loads forces applied to the parts. Okay, we are going to see the following types of bearings, the common types of bearing, each of which operates on different principles. So first we are going to see the plain bearing, consists of a shaft rotating in a hole. The plain bearing is used where only the simple mechanism of shaft and hole is there. Then next one is a rolling element bearing, in which rolling elements placed between the turning and stationary races prevent sliding friction. So mostly there are two main types of rolling elements. One is a ball bearing, in which the rolling elements are spherical balls. The second one is a roller bearing, in which the rolling elements are cylindrical, taper or spherical rollers. third one is a jewel bearing, a plain bearing in which one of the bearing surface is made of an ultra hard glassy jewel material such as sphere to reduce friction and wear. Fluid bearing, a non-contact bearing in which the load is supported by a gas or liquid. So next one is a magnetic bearing in which the load is supported by a magnetic field. So these are the types of bearings. Out of these, we are focused on today's lecture about the first two bearings. So we are going to see in today's lecture about plain bearing, and we are going to see about the rolling element bearing in this, ball bearing and roller bearing. So we are going to focus these two bearings in this lecture. So first of all, we are going to see about the plain bearing. Plain bearing consisting of a shaft rotating in a hole. A plain bearing, or more commonly sliding bearing and slide bearing, is the simplest type of bearing comprising just a bearing surface and no rolling elements. Okay, so here only there is a contact in between the shaft and the hole. So here I have shown plain bearing cylindrical. This is the part of bearing, plain bearing part, and this is the general drawing layout of a plain bearing element. So here you will see this is the length, then this is the D diameter, inside diameter, and D1 is the outside diameter. So the ratio of length, inner diameter, outside diameter can be changed according to requirement, according to the sizes of shaft. Then this length can be changed according to the length of shaft, and this diameter can be changed according to the size of shaft and the purpose where we are using the application. Okay, the application in KSB pump. So one application we have shown here, application in a KSB pump. So here the plain bearing is used. This is the shaft of KSB pump, and these are the inner casing. So inside this inner casing and the shaft, we have placed the plain bearing inside this. So whenever the shaft is going to rotate, there will not be direct contact in between inner casing of this plain KSB pumps and the shaft. So due to this, what will happen? The life of shaft and the life of this casing will increase. So only after some days, when the bearing will wear out, we are going to change the bearing, and the life of this shaft, the life of this casing will increase due to use of this plain bearing. Now we are going to see the rolling element bearing. Okay, so first of all, we are going to see the ball bearing, in which the rolling elements are spherical balls, and then we are going to see the roller bearing, in which the rolling elements are cylindrical, taper, or spherical rollers. Okay, so now first of all we are going to see about the ball bearing. A ball bearing is a type of rolling element bearing that uses balls to maintain the separation between the bearing races. The purpose of a ball bearing is to reduce rotational friction and support radial and axial loads. See here, I have shown here, this is a ball bearing. Here you will see the balls, and in between these two balls there is a separators, and this is a general drawing of a ball bearing. Okay, general drawing of ball bearing. So here I have shown cutout section of a parts of ball bearing. So cutout section so that inner things you can be able to see. So this is the outer race, this is the inner race, then this is a rolling element ball, and these are the separators. Between two balls we have placed separator. So here you will see the application of these bearings. So you will find this is a common application. You have observed this, you have observed where you have observed this one, this you have observed in a vehicle. You are using a two-wheeler bike, just observe this up wheel of your two-wheeler, you will find this one in your vehicle. Okay, in your vehicle two-wheeler wheel, these are the spokes. These spokes are attached with this hub. This hub is placed on the shaft, and this shaft, in between the shaft and the hub there is a bearing. Okay, and the shaft is connected with your engine. When your engine will rotate, that time the shaft will get rotates, and this motion of rotation will transmit to this hub, and then your wheel will rotate. Okay, so in between this we have placed these ball bearings. So there is having continuous rotation of shafts and continuous rotation of this hub. Due to this, there is a having more wear can be takes place if there is a no any ball bearings present. Okay, so because of ball bearing we have used whatever the friction between your hub and shaft is going to reduce, because there is no any contact is present in between your hub and the shaft. So this is the main purpose why we have used this one. Okay, and these are the balls, and only we require to change the ball bearings. Okay, if there is a problem, if we can only require to change the ball bearings, because the life of this shaft and the life of this hub, whatever the rotating parts, is increased because of we have used these ball bearings. Now we are going to see the roller bearing. Roller bearings are also known as rolling element bearings, are similar to ball bearings in that they are designed to carry a load while minimizing friction. However, roller bearing transmit loads using cylindrical rollers rather than balls to maintain the separation between moving parts of the bearing. So here you will see this is the roller bearing. You will see these are the rollers, and you will see this is a general diagram of your roller bearing. So this is outside diameter, inside diameter. Again, other things are shown here, and this is the length of this your roller ball bearing. See, this is a cut section we have shown here. So this is inner diameter, this is outside diameters, and these are we have shown the rollers. So it looks like rollers from inside like this. Now we are going to see the taper roller bearings application in worm gearbox. You will see here this is a shaft of the worm gearbox. This is a arrangement of racket pinion. So when your shaft wheel rotates, because of this it will be get contact in your worm gearbox parts. Okay, so for we want to use longer for these parts of the shaft, we have placed this roller bearing here. This is roller bearing, this is roller bearing, this is roller bearing. Okay, so that's why, because of we have used this roller bearing here, there will not be direct contact of this inner casing and this shaft. Okay, so because of this, the friction between this inner casing and the shaft we have reduced by using these roller bearings. So only we require to change roller bearings after certain time. The life of this shaft is increased. Okay, so this is the application of roller bearing. Now we are going to see the application of various bearings we have used in industry. So first one is a single row ball bearing. Bearings of jet engine we are going to use in transmission of helicopters. We are going to use on board equipment. Then second one is the roller bearings. Roller bearings we are used in power generation. We have used in wind turbines. We have used in gear drives. We have used in rolling mills. We are using in machine tool spindles. We are using in gear reduction units, etc. Then double row ball bearings. Double row ball bearings we are using in pumps. We are using reducers, equipment. Then single and double row angular contact bearing. We are using this in ball screw or lead screw application. Then roller bearings. We are using roller bearings in power generation. We are using in wind turbines. We are using in gear drives. We are using in rolling mills. We are using in machine tool spindle. We are using gear reduction unit. So these are the things we have seen about the bearings. Today we have discussed about the bearings. In bearings today we have seen what is mean by bearing, why we are using bearing in industry. Then we have seen the classification of bearing, how many types of bearings are present in industry, and last one we have seen the application of bearing. So this is the very much important thing according to as per the bearings. Just I will give you a review about whatever we've seen in previous lectures. In the study of machine elements, initially we have learned about the introduction, then we have learned about the shafts, we have learned about the couplings, then we have seen about the welding joints, what is the use of welding joint, what is the purpose, what is the application. Then also we have seen the riveted joint, what is the use of riveted joint, why we are using the riveted joint, and what is the application in industry. We have seen in last lecture. In today's lecture we have seen about the bearings. So I am requesting all of you, if you want to learn about the study of machine elements, in my previous lecture on my creative channel I have uploaded all the videos about all the study of machine elements. Just go and visit, and if you having any doubts you can comment on YouTube so that I will give you solution. Okay, so these things we have seen in today's lecture, and for next lecture we are going to have kept the chapter gears, or we have seen the point gear in next lecture. So I'm very thankful to everyone for listening my lecture very carefully, and I hope you will again visit my creative channel. On this lecture I am uploading some informative topics, technical topics, and also other than non-technical content also I am uploading on my creative channel. So I hope you again visit and get benefit of this channel. So I'm very thankful once again. Thank you very much.